Hello friends, Patrick here. I hope you are having a great Sunday. It is Sunday, and what's special about it is Sunday in America, which is tomorrow, will bring about the destruction of the internet. Sort of. Hopefully not, but what might happen is that Game of Thrones downloading is gonna completely annihilate the internet. And so we're going to be talking about congestion, and this is one of the biggest problems for a certain type of NBN network, and that's the wireless network. So let's talk NBN wireless. I believe from the comments you guys have left, one of the most hated and it's one of the most underwhelming services that NBN Co provides. So it seems NBN Co may have underreported levels of congestion on its fixed wireless network, after revealing 1 in 10 microwave and fiber transmission links suffer unacceptable levels of packet loss, something that is not captured in public records. And what packet loss is the fact that when you're transmitting a bunch of information, every so often something might drop out of that bit of information. And when it arrives on your screen, will it be potentially a picture or an email or some video, you will see gaps in that picture, gaps in that email, and obviously missing frames in that video. Now that is a very basic explanation. So NBN Co will be performing improvements to these links, obviously, saying that they will get this done before the federal election. So not really that much time left. And during the Senate estimate hearings last Tuesday, NBN Co CEO Stephen Rue said that the estimates, and I quote, are being determined. They still do not know how far the rabbit hole goes. NBN Co has said the congestion on its network peaked at 7%, and they are aiming to reduce that to under 1% by September this year. Again, not much time left. So the way they consider a cell tower to be congested is when in a 30-day period, the average at the busy hours, so when everybody comes home, the download speed falls below 6 megabits per connected user. NBN Co not knowing how their wireless network is doing is not anything new. In a monthly report a little while back, they said, and I quote, "The calculation of busy hour cell performance accounts for throughput at the radio interface, which is one segment of the fixed wireless access network and does not account for impacts on throughput in other parts of the NBN fixed wireless network." NBN Co is working on introducing reporting on additional network design measures to provide greater insight into factors affecting NBN fixed wireless network performance. And of course, the CEO piped up to say, hang on, there are many moving parts and congestion can occur at several places along this line. Basically, they have not been reporting on all parts of the network, giving the Senate false information. Not false in the sense that I'm trying to trick you, but just not reporting on all the bad stuff that's happening. Chief Network Engineer Officer Peter Ryan said the NBN Co measured packet loss at various points in the end-to-end fixed wireless network. He said, and I quote, "We watch that, and as if it triggers through certain thresholds, we trigger work to deploy more capacity to uplift the performance to make sure we don't get congestion. We are moving more quickly at the moment to accelerate the completion of the network in order to remove the congestion on those fixed wireless links." And here is the best part: the NBN Co now blames the user. Because this is what they said, it impacts the user at an application level. Therefore, the impact of congestion is very dependent on the application the end user is using. Using applications that are in need of very low latency like gaming, and we've talked about gaming in the past where the CEO, I'm not even sure which CEO it was at this point, came out and said that we blame the congestion on gamers because they require very fast data throughput, and obviously packet drops are really bad for gaming because then you'll miss the shot or you miss the person or something will show up on your screen and then disappear. And obviously all of this is slowing down the speed of your internet. So let's quickly translate that. If you are doing anything other than checking your email, it's your fault for using more internet, so you will get slower speeds. They continue to say that services like Netflix have built-in capabilities to overcome a small variation in the quality of the transport network and don't actually suffer that much from the packet drop. And usually that's due to the fact that Netflix has set up lots and lots of data centers around Australia to provide the most popular shows. So if you're watching one of the most popular items, you will get faster connection, and of course your ISP might even cache some of these shows. And what caching means is that once somebody does download it, they might hold it for 30 or 40 days, the same data, so you don't have to download it from the Netflix service, you just go straight from your ISP. It seems that at the end of March, the number of congestion links in the network was around 10%, which is obviously a lot higher than 7%. They expect to bring that down to 5% at the end of May. And NBN Co has said that some of the ways they can fix this issue is simply changing configurations at the towers remotely. And most of the time, this means either throttling services like BitTorrent or Netflix, or lowering how much bandwidth each user actually gets allocated. So don't let NBN talk all this trash that they're going to fix all these things, because if there is no capacity, they will lower how much of the capacity each user gets to give more constant service, and while lowering speeds and performance to be more stable. They can add more capacity, but the cost is much higher. And that's the crux of it. They kind of running out of money at this point, and the more money they spend, the better the service would get. But wireless is just one of those things that if you can't provide NBN fiber or node or curb, and you have to move these people onto wireless, then the more people you move onto it, the more expensive the wireless connection will get for NBN Co. And we're kind of stuck in this really weird circle where it might be too expensive to add them to the curb or the node, or let alone fiber to the home, and then we put them on wireless, but the more wireless people get, the higher the cost gets. And at one point it'll just be like, well, why don't we just run a fiber to the home cable, because now it's too expensive to keep this massive wireless network running. But Australia is a big country, and I think wireless is going to be a big part of it. It should always have been wireless satellite or wireless, and of course fiber to the home. Friends, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the next episode of Game of Thrones, and obviously make sure you're paying for it, and I'll catch you in another session here on the NBN Co channel. No, joking, this is not an NBN Co channel. I have no affiliation with NBN. I just want to talk about the things that are happening and how frustrating it is for people here to not get the internet that they used to have, or even could get, or now don't even have, or could get now, but it's still crap. In any case, guys, catch you later. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments if you're on the wireless network, what speeds you're getting, and is there any issues with congestion that you might be experiencing? Because apparently there's a large number of people, but I don't know, maybe most people are getting great service. Thanks, and I'll see you in another one. Blah, blah, blah.